as we prepare to mark this year's International Day against death penalty, I want to remind you that the life of a person sentenced to death can be very, very traumatizing because on the death row, you live in condemned cells and you die on a daily basis. And you don't want to see people in condemned cells, particularly when you've condemned them to death and yet you are not killing them. So they live in these condemned cells, and on a daily basis, these people die. It's so dehumanizing that you are a society that condemns killing, and yet you want to use killing as a means of punishment. People generally are isolated. Not only are they isolated, but if you are on condemned cells, you have very limited recreation, you have limited light, and most often than not, you don't have access to very basic health needs and healthcare needs. And most often than not, too, you are subjected to all kinds of torture, dehumanizing treatment that affects your mental well-being. And for many people who are on death row, it doesn't take long, they become blind. Some become so traumatized that they have these post-stress traumatic syndromes, and it's so very, very, very difficult to have people living on death row. And I would say that it is so cruel, it's so callous, and whatever we must do to make sure that we end death penalty, not only on the African continent, but in the world, we must all join the crusade to make that happen. For countries in Africa and in the world that still retain death penalty, let me assure you that death penalty is only retaliatory. It doesn't promote reconciliation of our society. And I also want to remind you that, punishment in criminal jurisprudence has evolved. It used to be repressive, then it went to reformative. Today we have restorative justice. And in restorative justice, we are taking into account the needs of the victim together with the needs of the person who has committed a crime. And this is not a time for us to promote eye for an eye, because an eye for an eye will only lead to a blind society. And so I want to encourage you, whatever you can do to bring to an end death penalty, let's do same, because that is the only way we create a better society for us all. Let's end death penalty now. Thank you.